Picture a war that strikes like lightning, tearing through nations with unstoppable force, where entire countries fall in mere weeks, and the world watches in shock. This was Blitzkrieg, the terrifying lightning war of Nazi Germany, a war faster, deadlier, and more relentless than anything the world had ever seen. Tanks crushed defenses, planes rained destruction from above, and soldiers moved like machines, pushed beyond human limits by fear, training, and even drugs. The world had never witnessed anything like it. Armies that once dug into endless trenches and moved at a crawl were suddenly forced to flee, surrender, or face annihilation in a matter of days. Blitzkrieg was not just a tactic, it was a revolution in warfare, combining speed, coordination, psychological shock, and technological innovation to overwhelm opponents before they could even react. Behind its terrifying effectiveness lay careful planning, meticulous training, and brutal efficiency. German generals studied World War I battles and realized that trench warfare had cost millions of lives while achieving little. They wanted a faster, more decisive method of winning wars, and this was the birth of Blitzkrieg. The seeds were planted in the 1920s and 1930s, when German military theorists like Heinz Guderian, Erwin Rommel, and Ernst von Manstein developed the idea of highly mobile panzer divisions, motorized infantry, close air support from the Luftwaffe, and real-time radio coordination that allowed units to act independently while staying synchronized with the overall plan. These elements allowed German forces to strike with incredible speed, concentrating massive firepower at weak points, encircling enemy armies, and attacking where least expected. Soldiers were trained to exploit breakthroughs immediately, creating chaos behind enemy lines, cutting supply routes, and paralyzing defenses. The German military practiced these tactics relentlessly, fostering a culture of initiative, aggression, and tactical flexibility that rewarded decisive action and punished hesitation. During the invasions of Poland in 1939 and France in 1940, Blitzkrieg proved devastatingly effective, with rapid advances, encirclements, and total psychological shock, forcing enemy soldiers to surrender by the tens of thousands, often without fully engaging in battle. A dark, hidden factor amplified this pace. German soldiers were often given Pervitin, a methamphetamine pill, to stay awake, alert, and aggressive 4 days at a time, enabling non-stop marches, attacks, and tank operations. The drug gave troops the illusion of superhuman endurance, but came at a severe human cost, including hallucinations, paranoia, and eventual physical and mental collapse. Even so, Blitzkrieg achieved remarkable results, overwhelming defenses, breaking morale, and capturing entire regions in weeks, creating a sense of unstoppable momentum that terrified civilians and soldiers alike. However, the strategy had its limits. Success depended on good weather, effective communication, and reliable logistics. Overextension, harsh terrain, and stiffening resistance, as seen during Operation Barbarossa and the Battle of Moscow, slowed German advances and exposed the weaknesses of speed. Without sustainable support, Blitzkrieg was also vulnerable to determined, organized defenses and counterattacks, showing that while speed and surprise could dominate temporarily, careful planning, supplies, and resilience ultimately mattered more than raw momentum. Despite these limits, Blitzkrieg forever changed warfare, influencing modern military doctrine, emphasizing mechanization, combined arms, rapid strikes, and psychological warfare. It was more than a tactic, it was a terrifying combination of strategy, technology, human endurance, and chemical stimulation that reshaped battlefields and left an indelible mark on history. The use of Pervitin highlighted both the ingenuity and the moral darkness of the strategy, showing how the Nazis pushed men past natural limits to achieve rapid success. The Lightning War of Nazi Germany remains one of the most dramatic and shocking chapters of World War II, a story of innovation, terror, human cost, and relentless speed, showing the genius and extremes of modern warfare, and the enduring lesson that even the fastest, Most powerful armies can be stopped by strategy, logistics, and the will to resist. If you want more incredible history stories and deep dives into the shocking realities of war, make sure to subscribe to the History Front.